So today guys, I'm going to be talking to you about why your cakes are dense regardless of how much baking powder or baking soda you use, and even though you have an amazing recipe which someone else has made and it looked fine. So today I'm going to be giving you 4 different things you can do to adjust your recipe. You're not going to change the recipe, but it's going to give you nice and amazing fluffy cakes. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if this is your first time on this channel, like, where have you been? Okay, so if this is not your first time and you're a regular, thank you guys. Thank you for always coming back. Like, you guys make it worthwhile, and like I can see the views increasing and everything. Like, it is just very rewarding, and I'm very grateful. So the dream of every baker is to be able to make nice fluffy cakes that are light on the tongue. Yeah, so today guys, I'm going to give you 4 things you can do to any recipe that is going to improve it instantly and make it nice and fluffy and well reasoned. But before we go ahead, I need to tell you guys that there's some recipe that are supposed to be dense regardless of the recipe you're making. For example, if you're making a chocolate mud cake, those cakes are supposed to be dense. You're not supposed to be light and fluffy. The same thing goes with if you're making like a Christmas fruit cake. Yeah, those cakes are supposed to be dense and gummy and chewy. They're not supposed to be light and fluffy. Yes, so this changes. You can only make them to cakes that's supposed to be light and fluffy. So guys, to tweak your recipe first, the first thing you want to do is substitute milk for sour cream or buttermilk. The reason is because, like, if you don't know how to make sour cream or buttermilk, there are videos on YouTube, or you can just follow this simple recipe on the screen. The reason is because sour cream or buttermilk have more volume, they have more body, so they give your cake more volume when you bake them, and they can bake higher and like lighter. So the second thing you want to consider is baking with butter. And it's not just baking with butter alone, you have to bake with softened butter, and it has to be whipped. Yes. So if your recipe calls for oil, substitute it with butter and make sure you whip up the butter. That way your cake becomes lighter regardless of what flavor, maybe it's vanilla or chocolate or red velvet. It rises higher and nicer, and it is more fluffy, if that makes sense to you guys. Okay, so number 3 is you want to use sifted flour, guys. I can't overemphasize this. If you like, you can sift the flour as many as maybe 3-4 times. The more you sift the flour, the more it separates the particles of the flour. And that way, when you're baking, when you mix your flour into your batter, it has more, the particles are dispersed. So like it has more spaces for air to be able to like pump up So when you sift your flour, you give your cake higher chances of like rising higher and becoming fluffier and stuff. And guys, don't buy those already sifted flour that are boxed, like they're already like sold like that already sifted flour. It's just a scam, guys. Just buy regular flour and sift it by yourself. Okay, so guys, the last and final one is baking with sweeteners. Guys, I can't tell you enough, there is no substitute to baking with sugar. Usually when my customers tell me maybe they want like a sugarless cake, they want a cake without sugar, maybe with a sweetener, I tell them don't eat cake at all. Maybe during your cheat days, then you can eat cake. If you're not going to bake with sugar, come on, don't eat cake at all, basically. Like, there is no substitute basically, because it is going to be dense and it is going to be very unappealing in look and texture and in taste. And I'm not joking, take it from me, I've been on keto and I know the difference. So if you're not going to bake with sugar, don't bother making a cake, or wait till when you're on your cheat days, because there is no substitute, literally. So thank you guys for always watching my videos, and thank you for watching till this point. So if you've watched till this point, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.